What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Drawing with Jack. This is Skip Marazzi, one of the writers and producers for Cox in Space, and of course, here with Jack Haynes, our illustrator who is bringing the Cox and Luna Purry to life. As we see here, page three, the middle of the project that we're working on right now for our pitch. The top panel, of course, is the Cox intimidating a pussy who is so fat. Cut to Luna singing a song and meeting the cats. Sorry, meeting the cocks. Um, so I'm very excited. This is definitely the pivot point of the first scene, and I've been looking forward to it so much. We did a lot of work in the last couple of weeks on Luna Purry to make sure that we have her character drawing the way that we want it to be. Jack's pretty happy with it, yeah?
I am very happy with it. It definitely. Oh, what happened to my? It definitely helped in getting an understanding for how the character was going to feel on the page. I think I am still having trouble getting the overall shape of the face right. Especially like here, you can see like her face is kind of broad. It needs to kind of come in a little bit.
Yeah, you were doing something that I do find incredibly tricky, even to think about, is that straight on shot versus the three-quarter shot versus the half shot and recreating the skull. Now, I know that you have techniques for doing that because I've seen you do the circle and line up the lines and stuff like that. I know that aids a bit, but obviously, I mean, even though you can see that you're skilled on the rest of the page, this is a challenging thing to do.
Uh, three quarters is typically a challenge for most artists. I mean, I have, kind of gotten a little rusty in my lack of staying on top of my drawing. So I'm making it a little harder than it needs to be, but it is one of the more challenging views to draw, just because you are capturing not just um, the shape, but the depth also, like the perspective in a very dynamic way. There's actually like a whole series of books by a very good artist called Bern Hogarth called Dynamic Anatomy, Dynamic Head and Hands, Dynamic Posing. He basically goes through a lot of different techniques for how you visualize, like in your mind and on the page, different uh, parts of the body, subject matter, and how to approach. You know, oh, did my computer just crash? No. Okay. How to approach. Doing those things from basically like any starting point. So that's one of the strongest tools that I have, is knowing how to approach. Like I could draw Luna, I could start at her feet and still know how to approach drawing her proportion, you know. Um,
Interesting.
like it's
Okay, I
one of
get
the
you. Because
yeah,
it's
it's
all
one of the
related to each
techniques
other.
that exactly like there are relations precisely right. Like there are mathematical relations that we know to every like part of the body, every system, like everything. Like there's relationships that we know to hold true generally between all people, so that you can, reliably draw things like, an adult, a teenager, a child, because they all have different proportions, right? Like a child has a big head proportionally to their body. So if you want to draw a kid, you draw a bigger head, um, and generally that'll just be like a great place to start. Like draw a child is usually a good place to start drawing at the head. Most people learn to start drawing at the head, and it's like a real big beginner mistake, I think, to like get really into drawing from the head only, or only drawing like the head and the face and all that stuff. It's a very classic way to learn how to start drawing, but I think it can be stronger for your creative ego, to have the challenge of drawing like different parts of the body. Because people say all the time, like, oh, the hands are so hard to draw, like feet are so hard to draw and stuff like that. And it's like, I, you know, I personally believe that typically that's the case because those are like the last things we learn how to draw.
Interesting.
Not because they're necessarily hard to draw. It's just like you learn those relationships last. Like you learn the relationships of the face first. And of course, there's evolutionary things too. If you believe in evolution, which everybody should,
Right. I mean,
is the
it's
most.
a noticeable change that we can observe through history.
Yeah.
So it's a
Well,
hard thing to deny.
well,
I
also the face is evolutionarily like your developmental, like the developmental stages of becoming like aware. The face is like a huge part of that, like learning to recognize like parts of the face and respond to parts of the face. That's why a hack for like getting along with any infant or toddler is to open your eyes big and wide and open your mouth wide and smile at them, because they're still in that developmental phase where they're learning like what facial expressions mean.
Interesting.
And like big eyes and big smile will always make a baby smile no matter what,
Because it
because they just
stimulates that
they're
portion of the brain. Yeah, there's a particular portion of the brain that
exactly
is just about storing faces. And I've always found
right.
that fascinating. Like of all the particular memories that we store, there's one that's like just faces.
Yeah.
Because it's that important
Well,
to
and it
us.
makes sense. Exactly. It makes sense evolutionarily because if you can understand as a baby, like the expressions that your parents are making sooner, you can understand, what's going on around you, like get acclimated to your environment like quicker. So like it makes a lot of sense that we would that it would just naturally our development would favor having like a place in the brain to just, really focus on faces,
So this is
get
so
us into the life.
right. This is so wild because that's one of the things that like I just personally struggle with. That just like reading people's expressions and like trying to understand what they mean. So like
Okay.
yeah, that's which is like it's one of those things like it's much easier for me to read a person's tone of voice because I can hear it and their body language, like how their hands are held and like how their stance is, like how they're like what position
Gotcha.
they're standing in. Um,
Uh-huh.
because the face just contains so much information. Like it's
It
weird
really does.
when so it's not that I can't read what it is, but like when I look at someone's face, like I get so much information from them. Like I know like who they are, I know where they've been, I know like the type of things that they like to think about. Like I know about them. You know what I mean? And so like it's just
Gotcha.
like yeah, it's like overwhelming to like look at people sometimes. Especially if I'm trying to have like a casual conversation just about, the weather or their
Right.
dogs or whatever. Like I don't need to know that much about a person just to like I take have them give me a receipt for the goods that I purchased. So
So you're saying that when you're like talking to a person and when you like really look at their face, like you see like history in their face, or like you really connect like deeply on like I'm
so
trying to understand what you mean here.
there's this is it considered sort of like a pseudoscience, but there is a lot to be said for the fact that micro expressions exist commonly in people.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and and so and the thing is that you can actually see in people's faces the way that their brains are working. It's not just about
Mm,
like what they say, but it's about like how their eyebrows flick as the thought occurs to them, and then what they do in their eyes, like twitch back and forth as they consider what they're going to do with that information, and then before it even gets to
mhm.
their mouth. And so then, and even like the shape of their mouth, like the way that their mouth is shaped when words are said, will tell you like what a person's thoughts are that like is additional like subtext. And so
Gotcha.
just like shit like that, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's just sometimes like I don't need to know that they're lying to me about a certain situation because honestly it doesn't matter because that was their private life and I've literally just met them 2 seconds ago and I'll probably never see them again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So like
yeah,
that all that extra information where then I'm like thinking about it later, like why did they not tell me the truth about what they did last night when in actuality it doesn't matter to either one of us. Um,
yeah. Interesting.
so
So you think you can read people that
so
well?
it's yeah, it's unfortunate and true. It's not like it's not a brag is what I'm getting at. It's like one of those things that
Yeah,
like it occurs and then I'll be like, oh wow, these are things that I observe about them and then believe, and then I find out later that those things are true. That like that was the case.
gotcha,
So
gotcha.
yeah, my read on people over the years has been fairly accurate, and so I do tend to lean on that. Uh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't say
Trust your
that.
instincts.
Yeah, I don't know everything about everybody that I meet, or anything like that. Like
Yeah,
I don't know people's like secrets or histories specifically. That's why talking to them is so interesting. But it's just like the
yeah,
way that they approach every moment of their life says a lot about how they think about the world. And once you start noticing that
gotcha.
stuff, you start noticing a lot of like what it means about who they are. And
Yeah,
you can really tell enough about a person within 30 seconds who they are because they'll often tell you. It's rare that I'll be surprised after that much time.
gotcha.
Yeah. Um, but I think most people have that. I think that's a pretty normal thing. Like I think that we don't necessarily put it into words sometimes or
Yeah,
like add it up to the emotions of people's faces, but I think that that's a common thing. I think that's what you're talking about what the brain is doing in babies' brains already, and it's like a natural thing. But
yeah,
like it- for some reason, it weirds me out, and it's just like overstimulating when it happens.
yeah. Reading expressions. Yeah, like I think it is like a thing that we, on some level, we do like intuit and we get, you know, good at, so that we know if we're generally like annoying or getting along with people.
Right, that's our only read
Like
on
I,
yeah where we stand with the world, right? Understanding people's
yeah,
expression because they don't often say it out loud.
and I think seeing just stuff that I've seen about uh like the ways that like professionals have um tried to professionalize quote unquote reading people, like seeing if they're lying, seeing if
Oh, right,
people
yeah,
are
it's
telling the
totally
truth and
a
stuff.
pseudoscience.
Yeah, like I mean, there are people that have like gone and testified, like saying that they know that somebody like was lying, or definitely committed a crime or would commit a crime again, or they knew like at this point right away through like body language and micro expressions that they were the killer, and then found out to be 110% like wrong.
Yeah,
And
definitely. I'm not saying that what I say about people or think about people should be held up in court, and also hold the
right,
belief that even though I believe that might be true about them, I don't know it to be true because I haven't seen
right.
evidence for it, right?
It's
So,
very good. I mean,
but
very, very
you
important that
have
people
to,
learn the lesson. Yeah, very important that people learn the lesson that they have to be able to look themselves in the mirror seriously, not as a joke, but like seriously look themselves in the mirror and tell themselves that they could be very wrong.
right,
They have to at least be able to say, I could be very fucking wrong about this, and what if I am?
right.
And that's all you really need to do. I mean, you can have your convictions, but you have to be able to admit and at least consider that you're wrong one time. One
Yeah,
time.
and also often, right? And that's the only way that you will
Right.
gain more intelligence if you understand the fact that you might be making a major mistake in your theory. And you need to
Right.
prove it beyond the shadow of a doubt. If you cannot prove it beyond the shadow of a doubt, you need to keep working on it. Because
Yeah,
there's
for
more.
sure.
You know what I mean? And so like, and that's I just believe it like as a good scientist or a way to approach the world from a scientific point of view, you have to do that because it's pose a theory, test to see if that theory is bullshit. Make sure you leave cognitive bias at the door by double blinding yourself,
Mm,
and then see what the results are. Observe them to see what they are, and then compose a new question and see if it's bullshit. right? Like that's what
Yeah,
once that was discovered as a process, like that's how we should be approaching the world. That's the only way we find truth is by trying to weed out the bullshit and our own
I fully
psychological
agree.
bullshit in the meantime too.
I fully agree. And I mean, even after we get the fucking whatever that number is that like, takes it from being a theory to a law or whatever, like even when we get that number like down to almost to being like for sure, we should still go out one day and just be like, I'm probably wrong about this shit. I should just go, I don't know, talk
Well,
to some people at the
100%.
grocery store, go smell some fucking roses or something. Like, just forget about that,
Something, right?
and maybe just like punch myself in the face one good time because I'm probably wrong about
Yeah,
this shit.
it
No
could
matter
could
how
be wrong.
much I think, I mean, it's just like I've seen, I've heard so many like grotesque stories, and I know that if you've been listening to the Behind the Bastards podcast,
Mhm.
you've been hearing them too. I've heard so many grotesque stories about people that are so sure that
Oh
their
my
little
God.
method that they've come up with
Yeah.
is like the thing, and
Yeah.
they're selling it.
Yeah.
And like that's another thing that you should probably like if you're hoping to like patent to sell whatever it is that you're scientifically researching, you probably really should go out and punch yourself in the face a couple of
Right,
times.
right.
I mean, the best way to know that you're actually doing good is to be working on something just to know whether or not the shit is true. Not to sell something, not to sell a service, not to start some fucking movement or anything like that. Just to
100%.
have the knowledge and to pass on the knowledge.
100%.
Because if you're planning to do anything with it, you're probably a piece of shit that needs to be stopped. That's probably
Well,
in
what I love
certain
about Behind the Bastard is he loves finding grifters and he loves pointing out the trend of grifters so that you recognize
yeah,
what a grift looks like and what people do when they're trying to get your money. And the only
yeah,
reason they're doing the thing is to get your money, so that we can recognize who good people are. I think
yeah,
he's a pessimist, but I think his intention is to do that, so that people don't get conned so easily. It seems
yeah,
like the
for
case.
sure.
But yeah, that's as you're talking about how a thing should be discovered for the simple like fact that you want to know that it's true or not was
Yeah,
I've been working on this story calculator, um, but I have a theory that it will work as improv. So long form improvisation where people get up on stage, do characters, and tell a story like over 20 minutes or something, using the characters to
yeah,
to do it. And so somebody challenged me to not really. We had a guest on the show a couple weeks ago. It's on an upcoming episode or to this previous. It's an episode of Chandler, I believe. A guy came in and
okay,
was telling me about he's doing this in Tennessee. He's doing the Secret City Improv Festival, and he was saying that he lets people do one person shows in the same amount of time that you would have like a regular show go on, which is like 25 minutes, which is highly irregular. Um, these are all background details. Because normally, if you're a single person show, you'd have like 15 minutes, maybe at most, or more likely 5, 10, because it's like a stand-up set.
okay,
But so I've been theorizing that the George could be improvised, and so now I've been practicing solo shows where I'm just testing the theory to see if it works. And been doing
right,
it the last couple of days, and it's been working. It's been like the most like fun, like character driven and complex story driven improv I've ever done, and it's been the easiest, the easiest I've ever done it. Uh, but
nice,
it came from this thing where I wanted to know if this thing was true, if you could tell compelling stories in a way that was it wasn't it didn't overwhelm the mind to create it. You're not like boggled
yeah,
because there's so many options. You narrow down your choices and then go with that. And
yeah,
and it's not to sell something or to market it, but like I wanted to know if that was true. It's the obsession started about 15 years ago to know if this idea was true or not. Aaron Kozbial, welcome to Drawing with Jack. Uh,
Hey,
how are you?
what's up, Aaron?
I just woke up. Uh,
You're also tired, I understand. So
Welcome to consciousness. This
yeah,
is consciousness with Aaron Cosmo.
consciousness
yeah,
with Aaron
yeah.
Kozbial.
I've heard about consciousness.
Oh
Cosmos,
God.
cosmos.
So this morning I woke up And the first thought I had was out of the void into the void. And I was like, God damn it. Like, that's not the existential crisis that I needed to go with my coffee, you know?
Uh,
Do you feel that way, Aaron? You've come
So
back into the void to join us.
no, because I just I try to stay out of a void. I avoid the void.
you avoid the.
Ah,
Oh, you
you were
beat me by
setting it
one
up.
second.
I,
Damn
I heard
it!
it. It was there. Aaron is just much faster on the pun gun than the
So
rest
much
of us.
faster on the puns.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me when I first wake up. Imagine if I had, any amount of cognition. Cognition? That's
Cause
probably the word.
mission.
Cause, cause.
Yeah,
Cognition.
yeah, you did it. You did it. It was harder to say it out loud than it was in my brain because I was like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be the one, and it
I can
didn't.
see it written down,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
like
It works
saying
way
it.
better in writing than anything else. So here we are on the pun hour with Aaron Kozbial and Jack Haynes. So having a good time because you bring the heat, Aaron Kozbiel.
Nice.
If it's the
And
pun hour, then I have something to share because 2 days ago when I went to take a shower, my roommate's dog had pooped on the
Oh
bath
shit.
mat,
oh,
and that's exactly what I said.
Nah.
But it was like one hard little like Chihuahua log, but one end of it was mustard colored,
What?
uh like like coupon, like gray coupon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so
yeah.
when I saw it, it just immediately looked like, and so there was that dissonance of something looking like delicious mustard that was actually feces. So
I assume that's
um,
how you make mustard.
Yeah, great poupon. It's there in the
you
title. Yeah.
use
Like,
mustard
and the rest
seeds.
of it just comes out as mustard gas.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
my God. Oh my God, he
Exactly.
did it. He got it.
But so I immediately thought of Grey Poupon, and I was like, Poupon was pooped on the bath mat. And I thought that was funny that the Poupon was pooped on the bath mat. And I kept trying to come up with a good Poupon pooped on like joke, but I couldn't think of one. But the one that I
oh.
ended up thinking of was I need a Poupon pooped on pun pronto. So that's
just
my
tell your
that's that.
just tell your roommate, hey, we got some Grey Poupon. The mat.
And poupon.
Uh,
You got it.
That's a great Poupon the bat.
Poupon the mat. Your dog did it.
I need a Poupon pooped on pun.
The
I kept
pun.
saying that over and over again. I need a Poupon pooped on pun.
and if
Poupon.
at least if you had accidentally stepped on it, you were right next to the shower. So
Exactly.
Right. Huge benefit. Yeah,
It's
Chihuahuas are
always
little
for
shits
some
like that.
yeah. For some reason he loves to poop on that bath mat. I don't know why, but that is like a good thing about it is
does
that it is right
does he
next to
have
the
a potty
showers.
pad? Uh,
He wears a diaper, but that's for peeing. Like
okay.
the only time he poops, right, is when his human, the one he's bonded to, Laurel, when she's gone. So we don't really like have any like dog whisperer friends to tell us why, and there's really nothing online about it except for like those shitty like top 10 countdown videos. Who are like, why is your dog pooping in your bathroom? Well, here's um I
You guys should
I
look.
think it's because he only does it when she's gone. I
Yep.
think it's because he is, he's not the brightest. And I think he wants to make sure that she can find her way back home.
Yeah.
Like I think if when he like projects as far out as his little chihuahua brain can go, he's like worried that she will have trouble like finding her way back. So he wants to poop in the places that are the smelliest so that his smell is dominating the smelliest smells, or is at least with those smelly smells. So there's no chance that they can get in the way to stop her from finding the house again, is the way that I think that he
Right.
thinks about.
That's fair.
Because he only poops in that bathroom, which is the bathroom where the guests and I and the upstairs roommate where we do our business. So it doesn't smell like them because they have their own bathroom in their bedroom way back in this tucked in corner. So that bathroom smells like other people. It doesn't smell like them. And then the kitchen is the other place where he will drop a poo occasionally. The kitchen and the front door. So I really feel
Yeah,
like
he's
he
totally
picks
leaving
those
a
places.
trail. Yeah. I mean, front door makes
Yeah,
sense, right? Like as soon as she comes in, okay, he's still here. He may have gotten where the
yeah,
food was or where these smelly people smells were. He was in charge of
yeah. Where the food smells are like getting in the way of like my smells, like the smells that'll bring her back to me. Like I feel like that's got to be what he's thinking. I don't see why he would poop only if he really had a problem pooping indoors. He would do it at any time, and he doesn't. He only does it when they're left alone in the house for more than like a couple hours. And sometimes he even does it when she just like leaves for like 45 minutes and he's just like in a mood. So um anyway, yeah, that's my theory. That's
Yeah.
my pooped on theory.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair theory. Yeah, you just described a very dog thought when you did that. Like maybe she won't know because she's as dumb as I am. She's gonna have to do all this, right? Yeah, she's gonna have to do all this
Exactly.
sniffing to find the person. So obviously she can smell as well as I can because he has no
She's
sense of
got to
how
get
humans
back
behave.
home the way that I get back home.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
get back home
exactly.
by sniffing everything that I come across.
Right, yeah, exactly. He's like, I'll leave her a trail as far as I can from the door into the kitchen.
Yeah,
Yeah. If she happened to
exactly.
wander upstairs, yeah.
So yeah, that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it until fucking what's his name? Caesar something.
Milan?
The dog whisperer.
Yeah.
Yes, Caesar Milan. Until he comes in and proves me wrong. It's like, actually, he's doing that because you won't leave him alone when you come home. Why don't you leave him alone, you freak?
Wow. He does like to blame the owners for the problems. We had this one dog, my ex-wife and I, his name was Elvis. He was pretty cool. But he would do it because he would be upset that he got left alone. And so like
Okay.
we would sometimes leave him in the car and he could see us in the building that we were in. Say we were in a restaurant or whatever, we could see him in the car. He knew where we were. So he would jump up on the
Uh,
dashboard and he would like side eye you as he was taking a shit on the dashboard. Um, just to let you know, yeah,
wow.
he was Spartan Terrier. So he was pretty willful. But he'd be like, looking while he was doing it, be like, Elvis, stop. What are you doing? Rush out there. He like got you back. Um,
Huh. Wow.
he was a little jerk. But also a very intelligent
He
dog.
was a little chick.
Yeah, that's what I loved about
Yeah.
him. Is like he was a butthole and he knew it and he didn't even care. He was like, "Yeah, I'm your dog, but like, hey, really, you're here to take care of me." He had a very like cat attitude.
Wow.
Yeah, he got
What kind of dog
offended.
was he?
He was a Shih Tzu and a Terrier mix, so he had
Okay.
kind of like that long hair, that was soft, but then in his face, it was really that sharp like terrier jaw. And like that really like square boxy head that terriers have. And when we shaved him down, you could see that he had the body. It was just a little bit more bulky because of the Shih Tzu. So he was a pretty good mix of both of those breeds. Pretty cleanly it seemed. But yeah, no, he would get offended if you made like fart sounds around him. Like if you were like
Huh.
he would like give you a look like, did you just? And then if you did it again, he would start snarling and snapping and going after you, like to make you stop. And he wouldn't actually bite, but he would like get like, he was gonna get savage, to like mess with
That's
you.
so funny. I
Dude.
mean, I guess maybe he doesn't like the smell. Like maybe he associated like the smell with the sound, and
So, we're talking
that's crazy.
expressions in the beginning of the show. It
Mhm.
was it wasn't just that he didn't like it. You can see that he was clearly offended by what you have done around him. Like the look of like disdain and disgust at like what you've done. Like it was like I couldn't believe it. Like I'd never seen that expression in a dog before. Because generally they're like, "Oh, it's cool, we're good. I love you so much. I could never survive without you." That's generally what a look a dog has. But this guy was like,
Right.
how fucking dare you? How fucking, and then you do it again. He'd be like, I told you once. Like, so funny.
That's hilarious.
So funny. That dog was cool.
Our dog Waffles just looks perpetually sad.
Oh
Like she
no.
doesn't look at you. Yeah, she doesn't look at you like, how dare you? She looks at you like,
When what have
why
I
are you?
done?
Yeah, like why are you all the way over there? Why are we not? She just is like a big cuddle dog, but I mean, she just looks sad sometimes, and you're just like, oh my God, what did you go through? And she's literally just like giving you dog eyes because she wants you to pet her. Like that's it. Like she's not like, I mean, she has lived probably the most privileged life. I don't know what kind of life she was living before she lived with us, but I'm pretty sure that she was uh a breeding dog, because when we got her, she had those like breeding dog nipples that are like extra long and like
Yeah,
had clearly been like suckled a few
yeah.
times.
A couple of times she's
So
had a few litters.
exactly. So I think, she probably went through some abandonment stuff or separation anxiety because she didn't get to keep her puppies.
Oh yeah.
And I try to think about that, but at the same time, it's like she's been with us for years and knows that we're not going away. So like when she gets like all sad, I'm just like, come on, off this thing.
Hey, come on, Walt. No, please don't.
Like you hit the lottery, girl.
Right, yeah,
Like
exactly.
we're here. Like we're not going anywhere. You're not going. Chill out.
What type
Don't
of
be so
dog is
sad.
she?
So she's a mountain cur mix. Um, so she let's see if we can find a picture.
Yeah, that
I
would be
never knew about the
if you have
the breed mountain cur before.
it's I know
We
I've
got
heard the
a
name, but cur just means dog. So oh,
so
oh,
yeah, so she's a mix. So she doesn't
is
look like
she
this. She looks like she kind of looks like this, but she's like mostly black. She's like almost all black, like black. She has a few spots that are like brown with dark mixed like this, and she has white sock feet just like this.
oh
And
wow.
her back legs have the hanging useless claws on them. I forget what they're called.
Duclaws.
Really?
They're called
Come
Duclaws.
up. Rear dog claws
They're called
that are useless.
The Duclaws.
Dew claws. You're 100% right. I just wanted to look it
I'm
up
sorry. Okay,
for
I
the
got you.
podcast.
No, I'm just that was a double fact I knew.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, these are not, yeah, these are exactly
do
like
they
these
like
kind of
flop around?
claws.
Yeah.
Exactly. The floppy flop around kind on the back on her back legs. Yeah. Like, does this dog have them? Yeah. Like extremely floppy on the back leg, high up and flop. But yeah, no. Let's see if we can find a picture of what she looks like here, because that dog is the closest. I don't know what she's a mix of, but she's a mix of some other breeds, and it got her looking very. Yeah, she looks kind of like this,
Oh,
but not brown, like black.
all
But yeah,
black.
same, pretty much the same makeup.
She does have a sad face if she looks like that.
Yeah, I mean, her
that
ears are not usually like this. Even when she's like at attention, she like somehow always looks kind of sad. I don't know how she does it. She kind of like looks like this all the time. Like that's what she looks like all
she's
the
always
time.
that dog is actually sad. Look at the tail, the ears, the mouth, the corners
Just
of its
sad.
mouth. Yeah,
Just sad. She still has her tail too, so she doesn't have a tail.
that's a pretty dog though.
But yeah,
Yeah,
mountain cur.
the
It is a
old
dog
mountain
breed.
cur. We've learned something today. We've learned a couple of things today. Um, so
Yay for learning.
yeah, look at
Yay
the
for
old
learning.
mountain cur.
Ye old mountain kid.
Aaron
I don't
Kozbial,
know
do
how to
you have
stay.
you have any exciting news?
Um. mm, Oh, so because I did a show for um kids on this past Saturday,
Mhm.
the owner is talking with this group that works with developmentally disabled. I don't know if
That
that's
sounds
the
like the
word,
correct.
but they're like they're like adults, but they're still like mentally like children,
Sure.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so there's a group that wants to um like have a meeting with a comedian, and so he says if that deal goes through that he'd like me to do it because I'm clean. I don't do like politics or
Have
anything.
STDs.
Right.
Or
Which is very important
yeah.
to have at the meeting. Hey, one of the things, Jack, I want to point out is that you drew feet. You drew feet and for all of her. Uh,
Yeah,
I think that was
I was thinking.
before we actually did the model.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to call it
Do
out.
we want to switch out? Yeah, do we want to switch out the feet for
The
the shoes that I have here?
Yeah, those high
Let's
heels.
open.
That would be cool. Does it change her stance if she's doing that?
It's going to definitely. So let's see. We'll kind of I tightened her up a little. I tightened her up a little bit in here. She doesn't quite have the gut. I mean, she does
Gotcha.
a little bit, but I wanted her to still have a little bit of maybe without the under. See if we can look at it.
So Aaron, that's good news, man. How
Yeah.
cool. How did
So
that show go for the kids?
the show for the kids was great because I mostly improvised it. But I like acted up with some jokes that I already had that I knew would work for
Okay.
kids. But like I was asking them if they could go to any time period, what time period would they want to go to? So I visited some dinosaurs. One uh, particularly smart Alec kid said the 90s. Uh,
The
I
ancient
love it.
time period of the
Were you like,
90s.
I
times
love
of
the
the 90s.
90s. I
Yeah.
loved the
And
90s.
I asked him 18 or 19. Uh,
Fair, fair.
yeah,
So you went and
yeah.
just
And
you did crowd work with kids? Like that was what
I did crowd work with kids.
that's what the thing
Yeah,
was? That's a fun gig, dude.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I just did time travel stuff, and I hung out, and I like put little PBS type lessons into it about like being kind and like imagination and stuff, and yeah,
the type of stuff, of course, that you would want to talk about and normally do talk about in your stand-up anyway. But just
yeah,
making it accessible to kids. That's fun.
yeah.
So did you have that plan? Is that kind of when you heard you like of course you said yes to the job and then you found out what it was and you were like, okay, let's make this work.
So I said yes to the job. I did it last year, and I did like 5 minutes. And I was like, well, I'll see what I do this time. And then he's like, hey, can you close it out? Do 30? And I was like, sure. Uh, I mean,
Absolutely.
and then I was like, well, what am I going to be doing for 30 minutes? Well, I could just like crowd work with the kids.
He's
And
like, these kids are dumb as shit. I can just tell them.
Right, like you'll listen to
That's what
anything.
I would be thinking. That's what I would be
the kazoo helped me a lot,
Mm.
as it does.
Gotcha, because you can do songs at any time. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's really awesome. Um,
So I did
so
songs. I did the first two parts of Adventures of Frederick.
ah,
Um, I improvised this bit uh, about meeting a monkey and seeing a monkey eat a banana, but
hmm.
the monkey was eating it upside down. And I'm not going to say that I know how to eat a banana better than a monkey. So I turned my banana upside down, and it was a lot easier.
very wise. Very
You
wise.
just threw it in there.
Yeah, just threw that little monkey bit
Because
That's
once
something I
Little
hear.
once
monkey
my
man.
my eyes were open to peeling the banana from the bottom, also it changed everything
It
because
did.
I
Sure.
hated the mashed banana at the top. It was like the worst part for me, although it seemed logical and I was told to open it from the top. But yeah, once you can just pinch the bottom open and peel it down the way you want to, no squish banana, it's fantastic. So
It's the best way to eat a banana. So I
it
just like let kids know about that. I don't know if they, will remember that joke when they
Yeah.
next eat a banana, but you can hope.
Yeah.
well, the thing is, one kid will, and it'll change his life forever because he'll be like, "Yes, you can." Because there's one little weirdo.
Every time
Yeah,
that kid eats
yeah,
a banana, he will
yeah,
see you. Every time that he reaches for a banana, you will appear before him,
yeah,
and you'll
yeah.
be like, "Think of the
Eat
monkey!
them
Think of
Think
the
of the
monkey kid!"
monkey.
And
Yeah,
you'll
Think
yeah,
of
like
the
yeah,
monkey.
freak
exactly.
out and run away.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you know how to eat a banana better than a monkey?
And
No.
he's like,
Exactly.
"Yes, I
For
can."
people with experience, which
You're
was the
his Freddy
lesson.
now from Freddy Got
That's right.
Fingered. Like you're his
Yeah,
imaginary friend.
exactly. I was gonna try to remember what the joke was, but yeah, Freddy just shows up and like helps him to understand.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Banana.
And it's cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is funny how little things like that become so influential to us over time. Like we don't realize that, we don't necessarily have favorite things. It's just sort of things that we came in contact with and chose, and then they became our favorite things because nostalgia was tied to them, association to a time and place, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, you guys have any like core memories like that that are like super weird? Where you're like, oh yeah, I remember I do this thing because this person like Kaz was just describing or we were just joking around with uh that
Uh,
he was doing.
yeah. Like I remember how we were talking earlier about how you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and like say I could be wrong.
I might be
Like
wrong, yeah.
Mike Tyson is one of those people for me because when I was very little, during the summers, my parents would put me in a summer program at the YMCA. I'm sorry, the YWCA, and you know, uh, had a camp counselor when I had to have been like 7 or maybe 8 years old. So it's not it's actually not okay that I thought this, but I did think it anyway. And
Okay.
I think about this and I'm like, man, I was such a fucking idiot. I was convinced that this dude, this camp counselor at the Y, was Mike Tyson. And he
Okay.
was like, as an 8-year-old kid, right? And he was like, I'm not gonna like tell this 8-year-old kid that he's wrong or whatever. Like I'm just gonna like rock
So
with
he
it or
he
whatever.
knew that you thought he was Mike Tyson?
And he just like ran with it, yeah, because I was just like a dumb kid, right? Like I was just an idiot. And again, like this is why I make jokes about like the kids being stupid. I was that stupid kid. Like I was stupid as shit. That's why it's okay for me to say that because I'm talking about me. I was the stupid kid that it just is entertained by anything. So I remember one day I was like trying to get my dad. I was like dragging my dad, both hands like this. I was like, it's gonna be Mike Tyson. It's Mike Tyson. And when I dragged my dad in there, and this guy saw, and I was like, I just saw the look on his face, and he was just like, fuck. Yeah, I told your kid that I was Mike Tyson.
I
I'm
told you,
sorry.
kid, I was
Like
like
I think about that.
Mike
Yeah, I think
Tyson.
about that all the time, and just like how just awkward it was, and just like all because I was just like so dumb. Like why did I didn't think about it at all. Like I never tried to put any critical thought to it at all. I just so yeah, like that's Mike Tyson to me is just like, oh, critical thought. Like I will forever whenever I think of Mike Tyson, like I think of like thinking critically, which is very strange. But yeah, that is Mike Tyson.
The
Weren't you afraid
necessity.
that he'd bite your ears?
Oh, I think it was
What's
it
up?
was I would think it was before that, right? The Tyson bite doesn't happen till much later. Uh like because you're a
This was
kid
far before. This was
in
during
the
prime
80s.
Iron Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I
So
think that
pre-bite.
happens in like the 90s, if I remember right, because I
The
think
late 90s.
yeah, the late
Yeah,
90s.
I
I
think
was
it
gonna say
happens in
like 96.
1997,
I was gonna say
1998.
96 or 97. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely bank on those years. Um, but so you use that as a reminder that you need to question your assumptions all the time because sometimes you
Just
can
use
be
critical
so
thinking.
yeah, you can be so wrong. And like if you just stop for a second and be like, why would Mike Tyson be my counselor? You'd be like, you know what? I don't need to drag my dad.
Why would Iron Mike Tyson be counseling at the Y? The only question that I needed to
Community
ask
service
one
for
time.
Right.
women.
Now, strange things do happen.
No, at this time,
And
cause at this time it would be for rape. No, come on.
Oh,
oh
okay.
wow,
All
that
right.
guy.
I don't.
Like,
I don't think they personally
unfortunately,
prosecute.
unfortunately true. Aaron, what about you? What's a core memory that you have that kind of shaped like something you think about?
For some, I'm. Did you guys ever watch that movie, Flight of the Navigator?
Yes, love that
Fuck
movie.
yes.
Yeah, you too. Oh my God. I
Yeah.
do think about it quite a bit because it's one of the first
Yeah.
like sci-fi movies that I really like got for some reason. Like I don't know why it made sense the whole time travel thing and you know you have to go
Yeah.
back to it and save yourself and all that. But yeah, what was it about that movie? Pee Wee Herman's the voice.
Uh, honestly, like, uh, the fun road tripness of it, like the Beach Boys. Like that was that. I don't know if that was my first introduction to the Beach Boys.
Aren't they like
But while he
hovering
was flying
over
his
like a semi truck
boat,
or something in the spaceship when they're singing the Beach Boys song and they're all like kind of dancing
yeah,
to it? I think I remember the bit.
compliance. Uh,
Right.
Sorry, you guys are really activating my member berry tingles. So
There it is. You're
yeah,
like,
and
what is
like
in
he
it?
would
Did it
also
happen?
do like Pee Wee Herman,
Yeah.
and I also really loved Pee Wee Herman as well. So I was like, yeah, this movie has everything.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something about this kid, and it's like, oh, we were talking to someone about voiceover guys, and how they've gone to the wayside and how I miss them. The but Aaron, so what was it about
dude,
Flight of the Navigator that's like a core memory for you? Like,
Like
and
the Beach
how
Boys,
and how has it
the
influenced you
Beach
specifically?
Boys and like road trip. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like I don't know, I don't know, but it just like is such a strong
what do you mean you
memory
don't
of
know?
like being
How could you not know? No, I'm just
free, that freedom to like just go anywhere. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. Uh,
That is cool. That is a cool feeling for sure.
yeah, it is good. That's a fun takeaway from Flight of the Navigator. I'm glad we went down that little memory hole right there because goddamn that movie that have not even thought about it in forever, but like
Yeah,
unlocked like a key memory for sure. Like
for sure.
what the crap?
yeah.
Does anybody have the uh what's the movie? Oh my god, I don't remember now. What is the movie where God, he plays the video game and he's really good at the video game, and the video game is actually the
Pinball
recruiting
Wizard.
tool. No,
No, it's a Starfighter.
yeah, not Starfighter.
It's but you
The last Starfighter. The
yeah, the last
last
Starfighter. There
Starfighter.
it is. Yeah, and it's also
How
does
can we?
isn't it somebody
Yeah,
famous who is the last Starfighter? Like it's not Elijah Wood, but it's like. Hang on, you're looking it up at the same time. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I'm about
the
to.
last Starfighter soundtrack. No way, dude.
Wow.
Wait, the last Star. The soundtrack is
84.
more popular than the trailer.
I mean, it's
84,
pretty
dude,
iconic. I think it's gonna be full of 80s music game. They're like, you know what's gonna work if
for
we can
sure.
just sell this movie,
It
the
will sell
video
video
arcade,
games, and we will
yeah,
double dip,
the
double
the
beak wedding.
cabinet that comes with it. Every
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
theater will want it. So
yeah.
and then of course double dipping was born.
The double dip was important. I don't. I mean, the game that they made from it, I don't think was that great because I don't remember the last Starfighter like video game from the era. I mean, 1986. I definitely had an NES at that point, and there,
All I
I
can
think,
tell
wasn't
you,
last Starfighter.
I think it was an Atari game. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have this memory of this cartridge of it being that, but let me just see if
yeah.
there's a Last Starfighter Atari. But I think that's what it was because the graphics are kind of
Um,
like that.
yeah, dude. That so in the movie. that kid has like a huge stack of Playboys that it's like an open secret that he hides them under his bed.
Okay.
Like everyone in the movie makes like some kind of like they have some kind of line where they like basically prove that they know that he's like hiding Playboys under his bed. Like every character, the brother, the brother's girlfriend, the mom, I think the mom's boyfriend, they all like know that he's like looking at like and like jerking off the play at like 9 or 10 years old.
And no one's like, "Yeah, this is a big deal."
And yeah, no one's like stop him from doing that.
Right. It might be a
You
little
know,
bit,
like
he might be a little young. It's too early. Who gave him
yeah.
those Playboys?
Yeah,
These are all the
or I
big
mean, why
questions.
is everybody treated like it's just an annoyance? Like they don't have a
Right.
responsibility to like talk to him about like, hey,
Because it was
first
the
of all, you don't need to
the
hide these
80s
things.
before like people were helicopter parents like that or something. I don't know.
I guess that's true.
Actually,
I mean, it's just in retrospect, it's very weird.
yeah. I
Sure.
mean, that
But like any anything in retrospect is like, oh, we wouldn't do that sort of thing today.
I mean, definitely not. I mean, we definitely wouldn't let some little kid just like openly be jerking off. Like, it's like,
you,
But
you
that's
guys
only
no,
porn.
because
no,
a
you're
friend has
jerking
said and
off.
they
Right,
found it online.
right, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. No, exactly. Doesn't need
You,
to hide it. It's just on the laptop. Yeah.
right, yeah, you got to go to the dark corners of the web. That's where you belong to find the jerking off. It doesn't have to be a secret. It's between you and your browser and your FBI agent. So
Right.
Yeah, you just
the last Starfighter was an Atari game,
Um,
just so you can put that to bed. I just looked at.
See, I don't remember. I don't remember it.
I
Was
don't
it?
think I
It
played it
must
either.
not have been like highly rated.
No, I think that I've seen it because I worked at a secondhand store and I've seen a bunch of cartridges come in,
Yeah,
and that was commonly in them, I believe, which is a great
probably.
sign of it not being a good game.
I mean, at this point, probably every game, doesn't matter how good or bad it is, would be um, coming coming back.
Yeah, no,
But
most of them, yeah, but there are those collectors ones, but those are only the best of the best survive. And I don't know if you would
yeah, exactly.
actually only if you had like that era type of taste. If you wanted to like collect the 80s stuff,
Right.
you'd have to have Atari, but I don't know otherwise why you'd want that system.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it except as a collector now. Um, and dude, soon it's going to be that way for. I mean, I guess it already is that way for like Xbox 360. Like PlayStation 2 and Xbox original are already too old for kids. Like
Right.
kids I've seen kids like that have PS2 like, oh, I have to play on the PS I have to play on like old kid graphics.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
like old kid
exactly.
graphics. I
Right,
remember when people were paying $1,500 to get those early. Like,
right, right. Yeah, exactly.
am I old? Am
Oh,
I old?
am I old? Yeah, yeah, exactly. I recently started a new job where everybody could be my kid. Like, and not even just like I had an accident when I was 16, and knocked somebody up, but like well into my adulthood, I could have had these kids.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, damn, like what is going on here? Uh,
Yeah.
right.
Getting
Am
old.
I the old one? So
I am the
Getting
ancient
discovered.
one.
I am the
Yes.
ancient one. No, but Aaron, you were talking about helicopter parents, and we kind of say that as a joke, but it turns out it's actually true. They've been finding out that there's been recent studies. I was reading this before this podcast started, where kids aren't getting any time to go outside and play. Like the big complaint is like, hey, these damn kids are always on their tablets and whatnot. But like the fact of the matter is like true crime, and like the news cycle has made parents so scared that they won't let their kids go play unsupervised even in the front yard. And the survey was showing something like 90% of parents. So there's like only 10% of kids who are getting to like run around unsupervised with their friends. Um, and so of course they're retreating to like,
Yeah.
Minecraft and Roblox and Fortnite.
Yeah.
Because they're like
This
that's
is
the only
unfortunate.
time they can just like hang out.
Um, yeah, this is unfortunate because crime statistics, are saying that crime is at historic lows right now.
Well, okay, I'm
Violent crime,
sorry. Yeah, thank
especially.
you for bringing that up. Yeah, so they cited a source that had said, yeah, that you need to actually understand that a kid getting abducted, they would have to be outside for 750 million hours for them to get abducted. Like the likelihood of it happening. Like
Wow.
so, like it's near astronomical that kids are in danger. But like again, true crime and the perpetuation of the 24-hour news cycle has made people feel so scared all the time that they keep
Yeah.
the kids locked up and don't let them be unsupervised. And then the big thing is what they're pointing out is we've seen a generation of those kids grow up and they're dealing with higher levels of anxiety and depression because they're now under all this stress that they weren't before because they weren't, like jumping logs in the woods with their friends and being dumbasses. Um,
Yeah.
they haven't had
Yeah.
to deal with situations. And it's not to dog on the kids, but it's just like,
No.
parents, you gotta let them go outside at like and play. Like you gotta trust that they're gonna be okay because like that's just the
Yeah.
fact of life. Like you just have to let things happen.
Yeah. I mean, and
Yeah.
again, if you can't not do it without being there, like, you gotta let them, you gotta let your kid have some kind of agency. You gotta let them choose what's going on to some degree. You got to let them slowly have more because they have to become an adult at some point,
Right.
not be unable to, you know, like handle uh, these, like adult responsibilities and stuff. And you need to be able to know if they can handle it or not. And again, like you need to be able to be honest. That's why, again, being able to look yourself in the mirror and just be honest. Like you have to be honest with yourself about what your child truly needs. And again, I no, not a parent, so I don't know
Not a
why I'm getting
parent.
parent
Yeah, not a
advice.
parent here. You're
But
either just looking at some
you know,
facts,
Look, if
it
you
does seem to me though. Uh,
Aaron.
it does seem
oh,
to me that though you have to be able to like step back and be like, my kid needs to do their own thing without me. Like that's okay and healthy. Like I guess I'm glad that my parents had that. Like I was able to go out on my bike and I just had to call, like twice a day,
Well,
and
that's
that
what
was
they were
all
pointing
my
out was
parents
that
given.
our generation was the last generation that got to do that. And it's our generation that's and the ones after us that's and raising these kids in this way when we we had to be outside. You know what I mean? They'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
hang out with
true.
my friend. We're gonna go tromp around in the woods. That's what we're gonna do. All right, come back, for
Right.
dinner. Make sure, as it's getting dark, you head back this way. You know what I mean? Aaron, you had
Yeah.
some thoughts?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I also was able to go to my friends there, but they just lived down the street, so it wasn't very far, and we all knew our neighbors. But you got to let your kids out roam around, otherwise there won't be any material for those true crime podcasts.
Oh God, you do not need to reinforce
Wow.
that fear,
Dark
because
but clean.
that's yeah, exactly, and that's Aaron's brand
But
of
we're
comedy right
running out of
there.
material.
Yeah,
We were the last ones to maybe get kidnapped.
to maybe get
Uh,
kidnapped, and that's not happening. But yeah, no, but that's what they're saying. The study was showing was that it's not that they have activities because for a long time parents were thinking that it was activities like that if they want to play basketball, they should be on a basketball team. If they want to spin, do cartwheels, they should be in a gymnastics class. But it's the unstructured time that they need. And I was just thinking how valuable that was to me with friends coming up where we would
Yeah.
just like hang out and just do random shit, have arguments, like stuff that didn't matter,
Yeah.
very low key drama to kind of navigate social situations. And one of the things that
Yeah.
this article was pointing out is because it's so structured all the time, people don't know how to have friends as adults. And I was like, wow, that's crazy that society would have
Yeah.
changed that much in our lifetime. But we've been talking about all the different things, that's happened in our lifetime. Are we the old ones? But like in some ways, yeah, like we've seen something that doesn't seem to exist anymore.
That is crazy. I think that the more that we understand about it, the easier it'll get to um, you know, like attenuate this. People want to raise good kids, and obviously there's a benefit to society, not just kumbaya, like we all get along together better, but literally we can be more productive and make better products and make better innovations.
Thank you
We
for selling
have,
that to the capitalist world, just so they know. Like you'll have better workers if they're better socialized. So you should,
well, and better thinkers.
yeah, yeah,
Like you'll
exactly.
have better thinkers, like better people coming up with better ideas to like help you make money better.
Right, right. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
You know, I mean,
100%. I am agreeing with you.
so
You should
it's
take
just
care of the
like,
people who do the work, so that they can
yeah,
give you more valuable work.
take care of
Absolutely.
their education.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Along with their health and their shelter. Um,
yeah,
100%. That should be a thing that happens with every job. Uh, but yeah, no, that's so it's really interesting because we saw the birth of virtual space, which is an environment that did not exist anywhere in history previously.
yeah.
And so like that's of course, some parents have done things in a way that was destructive to their kids because how could they didn't know. They didn't know what the results would be
Yeah.
because we haven't lived that. It was very natural to be connected, be outside, be a part of communities, and that's slowly eroded away. Uh, and
Yeah.
not necessarily our lifetime, but again, our parents' lifetime. Aaron, I thought you were having.
No.
Oh, okay. That was ghost
Yeah.
interference. Understandable. He's like,
I heard it too,
yeah,
Skip. Don't worry.
okay.
It was something. There was some noise coming from Cause's thing.
That is weird. All right. We sometimes glad that we do have these recordings when they last, but that might be a glitched out moment. Like the screen will just be like flickery and all like quack. Um, yeah.
I am in a Walmart parking lot, so
Oh, you're picking up
uh,
CB radios.
there's random sounds all around. But after the
Another
podcast, I'm gonna do some shopping.
Oh, I got you. You've got
another
yourself primed.
formative memory. Another formative memory for me when I graduated from high school that summer is one of the last like nights out I went with friends to just like hang out before we went off to college. And
Nice.
I was out with these friends, and we were just driving through like the mall uh, area with all the shops and everything, and we were just like cutting through parking lots, just being teenagers, and we cut through, like fucking Best Buy, um, Barnes and Noble, Circuit City, like all these places, and then we get to Walmart, and we're cutting through the Walmart parking lot, and way off, we're like, it's like 9:30, like nearly like 10 p.m. So it's just like dark out, and people aren't like really shopping, or they're like going home. So there's like big empty areas of the parking lot, and off to this one area, there's just like one lone truck, and my friend Matt, he's driving. He just like notices that this truck is off by itself, and he just like whips over to it and pulls up to it with his brights on, and it's two people having sex in
Oh
the Walmart parking lot.
my
He
God.
just he just whipped around. Like, just imagine you're in a car that's like going like 30 or 40, like in a parking lot, and all of a sudden it just like turns, and you're just like going towards a truck, and then like you just stop at this truck, lights on, two people fucking, and he just like sit there, just like several beats, and then he just like lays on the horn and backs up and drives away. I mean,
No.
again, formative moment. I mean, I'll
Like
never. It's
that.
like every time I enter a Walmart parking lot, I'm just like, I hope I don't see two people fucking. Because
Right? Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
You have to look for the
you'll
one lone
never forget.
car, which is what
Yeah,
Aaron is right now. So some guy's gonna roll up with him with
exactly.
his brights and be
He's
Aaron on the phone.
it's like, oh, a bunch of teenagers just pulled up on me.
Right?
Holy shit,
Yeah.
they're brights.
Right.
No.
Now you're proper fucked.
Unfortunately, no one is fucking yet.
Right.
Sorry, teenagers.
Sorry. Not here.
No.
Not now.
Not here.
So
Maybe after store closes.
oh wow. There you go. You guys remember when Walmart
Oh, man.
didn't close?
Yeah.
Do
Weird.
I don't think I do.
You don't remember that?
I do.
You don't remember the 24-hour Walmart?
Yeah. The Walmarts around me have always been 24 hours.
Are they still 24 hours?
Meyer, no, they close at 11 now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But then also I noticed that there's been every time I go in Walmart, it seems like they're always moving stuff around. Like there's like pallet jacks out while people are shopping and stuff, and there's like shoppers shopping for other people as well. Um, and so I think that they used to do that at night, but now it's like happening while it's in the store. It's one of those things that freaks me out. There's just like so much movement inside Walmarts. It feels like you're inside a warehouse. Like I feel like the
Yeah, that makes
workers are being kept from bathroom breaks. Um, I feel like the workers are being paid so low that they have to be put on food stamps. I feel like the
Oh,
workers
they
are
definitely.
are housed so poorly that the owner might put up like a shelter for them out of the kindness of his own heart. That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm in
That
Amazon.
one seems
I'm
less
saying.
likely.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it would be cool if like they had like over the Walmart they just had like apartments for the employees. Uh,
I'm sure they would
and
charge them up the
that could be
wazoo for those
a,
things.
yeah, or
Also,
like just like
historically,
part of the stuff.
not a great thing.
Yeah, I know.
Having
Having your
workers live
landlord,
on. Yeah, having your landlord be your boss.
you be your boss too.
Historically, not great.
And that, yeah,
And
there's not a good
and
bunch of
if you get
situations.
fired, you get kicked out of your apartment.
Yeah, exactly. And
Immediately,
that would be
like
along the lines of
usually,
what's
yeah.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also they control how much you're making and how much your rent is. So it's
Mhm.
possible like a sharecropping situation where you never get out of poverty.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. So that's why they would do it.
yeah,
I mean, that's
I
why
mean
they would do it. Yeah,
that's
for sure.
that's why Bezos
Why we should
has
let them instead of smacking them in the face and being like, "Pay me more money." I don't
There's a
know.
housing
right,
crisis, so
dude. But
Walmart could be like, "Hey, we've got low rents, rolling back rent prices."
that's the
Yeah.
crazy thing is there is no
Even as a
housing crisis.
even as a joke, that's
Uh,
repugnant to me.
it's
Even as a
it's
joke,
clean and so distasteful. Like I mean,
it's so clean
Uh,
and so
so
bad.
like, you just oh my god, like how you balance between those two things. Like you've never sworn, but you're making me very angry. You know, I'm
Like
not
you're
offended,
offended
but you are
so
pissing me the
deeply. Like
fuck off,
you
right?
haven't said one wrong word.
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
you
offending
could
me
just go
so much.
downstairs for shopping.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Oh
Yeah,
god, it's
the
just oh god.
dirtiest humor.
Yeah, the dirtiest humor is jokes about capitalism
Yeah,
because the joke's on
the
us.
jokes about making Walmart my landlord.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
Walmart, my landlord. Actually, the title of this episode. So, good job, Jack. You got it, bro. You got the title.
Making Walmart my damn it.
Making
That's
Walmart
just
my landlord.
not a great time. I hate it.
I know, right?
I
Yeah,
hate
exactly.
Walmart.
So much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron Kozbial, for the assist on that one before suggesting
as
such
long
an
as
atrocious idea. Just
as long as you work your 40 hours, you have a place to live.
as
Oh
well.
my
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
Oh wait, did we say 40 hours? We
No,
meant 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
All you have to do is walk
Yeah. And
downstairs.
after the 40 years, yeah, you had a place to live. We gave you a place to live.
Yeah. You don't get to
Yes,
keep it.
and
You need to move
we
out for the
also
next
have good
workers.
deals on coffins, so you have a good place to die.
Right. They
Dude,
own.
you guys are reminding me of the commish in Sewer Shark. Let's see. Sewer. Since we're talking about old games, sure. The Commish. Dude,
What?
nobody has a supercut of the Commish? No, dude. Oh, they don't have just the Commish like, dude. So the Commish is like your boss, and he's like, just uh constantly, I mean, he's just like, he's constantly eating food and like the whole world is this like dystopian sewer world that you can't escape, but you're a sewer shark. So like your pilot ghost and you, like the gunner, like there's a possibility that you can make it to Paradise City and get out of the sewer hellhole if you bring like stuff through the sewer for Paradise City. And the commish like makes money off of it. He's like the capitalist pig of the thing. So I wish, dude, I thought there was like a super cut of the Commish's lines, because he says stuff like, "I gave you a job, a life, a reason to live." Like he's like making it like you're supposed to be kissing his ass
Like
for
you're
the
supposed to be
shitty fucking
thankful.
rat shooting sewer job, instead of like everybody should be able to fucking make it to the surface, but you're living in the fucking sewer. And he's like, "I gave you this life. You should be thanking me." It's like, fuck you, dude. But anyway, in the end, he gets his comeuppance. There's no supercut of the commish, so unfortunately, we can't see it.
That is
He's a
that's
capitalist piece
shame.
of shit. We can just, yeah,
And that's kind of the bit, huh? So
yeah. You
I've
should be
never
thanking
heard
me. Like, for what?
Surrey City
Life goals, right? Life goals to be like the commish, right?
like the commish that we can flex on
Yeah.
people who are doing our work. Yeah, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no uh ethical billionaires. You definitely need to be spreading that money around so that other people can live as
Yeah.
well as you can live. Um, just goddamn. I just don't know how
I
people.
remember now.
What?
He said, "I give you a name." He said, I give you a name, a job, a reason to live.
I give you a name. Oh wow. Are you an
Yeah.
actual shark?
Yeah.
You said you were a sewer shark, but you're a
Well,
literal shark.
that's what they call, so like this, it's this company that delivers um supplies through the sewers to the surface.
Gotcha.
And the delivery people are called sewer sharks, and they die all the time. Like it's basically you're basically signing up to die. But if you deliver enough stuff, you get a ticket to Paradise City. So that's why people do it. And the you know incentive is basically like, it seems to be utter shit in the sewer. I don't know why anyone lives in the sewer. I don't know why people don't just like rise up and take over Paradise City and just be like, "I'm sick of living in the sewer." But for some reason, people are living in the sewer and are stuck there. And you have to like, get out. But like in starting, you start as like the most intern level, like base, like shit. So your name is Dog Meat. That's the name they give you at the beginning. Dog.
I gotcha.
Turn and burn, Dog Meat. So yeah, like, and as you get like, I can't like your next name is something like Rat Piss or like Rat Scum or something, and then the next name is like Beach Bum because you're making it closer to the, so, and then like at the end you get a name like, the you're like the one, you're like Neo. I can't remember what the name, but it's like you're, the Messiah, something like that. Um,
What a
so
cool character development tool that your name keeps upgrading. Uh,
yeah,
because you start out as dog meat and rat piss and then become the one,
exactly.
right?
They're so mean. It's very 90s because they're so fucking mean to you at the beginning. Like it's some kind of like, like it's cool that they're just being like absolute fucking shit to you. But it's also like gallows humor because the way it starts out, like somebody just like one of the pilots just died, and the other pilot, this woman who's like on the radio, and she's like the love interest of your co-pilot. um, she's all like worried about going out and dying or whatever. And then your pilot is just like fucking crazy. Like he comes in, he's like, "That's another one that's dead now." Like he's just like he's like fucking the Joker right from the fucking start. Um, so, I mean, I don't know. It's a crazy game, but it was one of the first games on Sega CD and 3DO back in the day. So it was like it was fun. It was a fun one to play for sure.
I'm sure a lot of
FMV,
people have played that also. The Sega CD, because I mean, there's not a whole lot of
yeah,
Yeah.
games that came out. Um, like you didn't have the myriad of choices that you do now. I mean, a couple of major distributors had a couple of titles that they would put out, and then smaller companies would put out some stuff, but not like anyone who had an
yeah,
idea could like put it up on Steam and you could be playing that later this week.
yeah. There's a lot of trash out there now, especially on Steam. But um, I think there were eras where there were a lot of games like that. Like that's part of the reason that there was a video game crash after the Atari, because I mean uh, people were trying to make games to just sell as shovelware back then, um, to make like a quick buck. That's where why am I that's where the Nintendo seal of quality came from, and the just the need to like have there be like this understanding that when you bought this game, it wasn't going to be just like an absolute like fucking trash experience, like a waste of money.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Um,
really, there's so many Atari games that were like that. It was a good thing that they had like the seal of approval for that very reason. Like, just making a game is not necessarily a
yeah.
good game. Things like
Well, it's
E.
one reason. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, man.
It's
I know
okay.
it's
It's
a
the
delay. I'm really
delay.
sorry.
I thought it would go
Um,
away, but it is not. It still exists. It's how it is.
we do owe Nintendo like a very big debt of just like saving the gaming industry, like because there was a crash, and I mean, it basically had companies thinking that gaming would never be profitable ever.
Hmm.
And it definitely would have changed like what was invested in. And I mean, I think gaming would have eventually still come around, but it might have looked very different. And it definitely would not have been the same, like, kind of, you know, where you just like had this like there was this like understood level of quality that you got with like Nintendo and then with Sega. Like Nintendo setting that standard that people came to expect, and showing how that is something that people would respond to with like loyalty and dollars. Um, just really it set a tone for what gaming was going to be for like that whole like 90s decade,
Yeah, and
where
then
we really
Nintendo's model is that you continue to just crank it up like year after year, the loyalty in dollars, so that you can start to slowly charge absurd amount of money to super loyal fans.
Yeah.
kind
They're
of,
Disney.
yeah.
That's where the yeah
I mean, kind of.
the
They're
Disney
they're a
video
little bit
games.
Disney. They're a
Yeah.
little bit Apple. Their real business model is to um, quote unquote innovate proprietary media and peripherals
Hmm.
to, like you said, charge obscene amounts of money for things. And I mean, it's worked very well for Nintendo. I mean, they also, I mean,
100%.
that's one part.
That was said in like kind of awe, even to like
Yeah,
just the capitalism of it. Like they built their model, they worked very steadily at it over 30 and 40 years, and they have very loyal
yeah.
fans who will buy anything at any price.
anything at any price.
Mm.
I mean, they also make great games. I mean, like you can't take
And
away from
that's I'm
Nintendo.
not
Their
taking
first
that away
party
from
games
them. Yeah,
are
no, they're fantastic.
some of the
I'll give you
best.
that too. They also make quality games. That's why their seal stands up.
Yeah,
I should have said
I
that
mean,
openly in the
Because their
front too.
seal
So thank you
wasn't a
for pointing it out.
lie.
Right.
So
Right, they're not
um,
just taking people's money. They do. I mean, like Breath of the Wild is beautiful and worth like
yeah,
exploring every single corner of that game. For instance, I know that's a little bit
yeah,
older now, but like that's this generation's version of Nintendo, and they knocked it out of the park.
for sure. And I mean, the console and handheld in one is, a new gimmick. I mean, I guess it's like a combination of a lot of gimmicks because it's the motion controllers too, with which now have mouse movement. Um, like Nintendo is just very good at knowing like how to make things that are kind of intuitive, very like game design fun. I think the Wii is the biggest example of that, where they just like really like had lightning strike very powerfully with the Wii.
Right,
Um,
fair.
yeah.
that was the last time that Nintendo was on top. I mean, like before that, before the Wii, the last time Nintendo was on top was the Super NES, and I mean that was barely, I would say. I mean, Sega was doing a really good job of being a number two in the '90s.
Fair,
So
fair. Yeah, and that is true.
Nintendo,
R.I.P.
No,
R.I.P.
well, I mean,
Exactly.
you can say that, but the Sonic franchise has three movies now. Two of them star Jim Carrey, and had a pretty good box
Oh
office.
yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, I mean, Sega, that's spawned from Sega is all I'm pointing out.
yeah.
So
I
whoever
mean,
owns that IP is
Sega's not
still
making Sega not making consoles anymore. I mean, they are making games still, but they're not making consoles. Nintendo is still making consoles. So
fair.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
fair.
they
Are they
definitely
just
won that one.
mostly making games for Nintendo?
Exactly. And I mean, and Sony and Microsoft. And I mean, again, like Sony, I mean, a lot of people would probably look at Sony or Microsoft as like, the big leaders. And I mean, Sony does have the best selling console of all time, PlayStation 2. That is, the behemoth that, just will never be beaten. But it's still like in my mind, Nintendo like has the longevity, and like you said, they have like like people that just they will buy anything Nintendo and only Nintendo for life.
Right.
There are some people like that with Sony, but I mean, who cares? Like, not enough to
Right.
even come close to what it's like. I would say for every Sony pony, there's two like fucking Nintendo like absolute freaks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No,
and that's like me putting it kindly. Like,
yeah, I
I'm
would
sure
give
they would
you.
also be like, no, no, I'm a freak for
Yeah,
Nintendo. No, I'm
Nintendo,
an
yeah.
absolute fucking
Yeah,
freak.
exactly. Live and breathe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
again, Nintendo has quality products, so you can't even fault them for that. But and they have definitely continued to put out good product. Uh, yeah, that's wild. But PlayStation is your Xbox is a good standby. I think that with the Steam Deck coming out, or all the
Mhm.
stuff that's supposed to be happening with that, the Xbox might finally be able to take the absolute lead. Just because of the versatility of getting to your Steam games.
Well, Steam isn't, like there is there some Windows games have started to show up. Microsoft is definitely the number three at this point. I mean, Sony is the number one, I would say, in terms of just like overall like market power.
I would agree. Yeah,
Nintendo definitely has strong market share, and they definitely have one of the better positions that they've been in the last 2 decades. I mean, forgetting or not counting the 2008 to 2012 like dominance that was the Wii, but that was kind of, you know, That was like lightning striking, and Nintendo, of course, wasn't able to hold on to it. The same way they weren't able to hold on to it after the Super Nintendo. Um, like Microsoft, like some Windows games are showing up on Steam. Microsoft doesn't really have any stake in, like, Steam is its own thing because it's owned by Valve. And Microsoft has tried so hard. Like, first they tried to turn the Xbox into just like one big marketplace store to rival Steam.
Okay.
And then they tried to make the Xbox Pass um thing, which they were the most successful with that after Xbox 360. That was the most successful thing that they did. None of their consoles were ever as successful after as Xbox 360 was. And Game Pass started to make an impact, but just can't ever catch up with Steam. Steam is just too fucking big. And the Steam Deck is, again, a Valve creation that Microsoft doesn't have any like stake in, and that is definitely something that they're trying to solve by they've partnered with Asus to release an Xbox branded gaming handheld that rivals the Steam Deck. So we'll see if that gains any traction. An Xbox handheld is something that people think could get Microsoft one last chance to finally like kind of like take back market share from Sony and like, get back to the 360 days. Because I mean, dude, for a second there, at the end of the 360 PS3 era, it was looking like Microsoft was ready to deliver a killing blow to Sony. Like
Right,
it
right.
was
Yeah,
looking
exactly.
possible. Like Sony, the PS3 was not it. It was hard to develop for, and it did not have hardly any great like first party stuff. I mean, it had the Uncharted series, and it had a few good indie hits in it. And it had obviously the main things like Call of Duty and Battlefield and all that stuff, but it all ran better on the Xbox, and it was
I
looking
mean,
like
that is
um,
true.
but again, Microsoft tried to turn their shit into a marketplace when it's a game console. Like you need to be focused on making fucking video game shit,
You
not
you
a
talk about like
marketplace to
the
sell me,
Nintendo seal, like
dude.
make quality, not quantity.
Well, and I mean, they weren't focused on bringing that into the gaming part. They were focused on expanding, like, you could buy episodes of television on the Xbox Marketplace. You could buy movies and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about like renting through or like doing anything like through Netflix or through Hulu or some shit like that. Like through the Xbox Marketplace, like I have episodes of Lost that I bought on the Xbox Marketplace because, I wanted to watch the newest episode of Lost, and it was only like $1.99. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll buy it on the Xbox Marketplace. It's just so dumb to think it's now like I own those things on Xbox, like for how long? And like I can like lose those things. And it's just like they put so much effort into trying to make that a thing. And instead of just like making sure that the gaming stayed so fucking like central. And then when people tried to tell them that, when they were trying to make it an all digital with the Xbox One, when that was coming out, and they were like, it's going to require an always online connection, but that's because it's going to be this amazing marketplace thing that like is an all-in-one set-top box. And people were like, I don't want an all-in-one set-top box. I know you want that because that
Right,
means I'm buying everything through you. Fuck you. I
right.
actually am in the military and I live on multiple bases and I don't always have I don't always have an online connection, and I want to be able to play my games when
Right.
I'm on duty for like, a couple months at a time. And Xbox was like, no, Microsoft was like, no, actually, you're going to just be cool with it. That was basically their official statement. Like, no, you're just going to buy it and be cool with it. And, we can't, sorry, do anything. And then people were like, oh, well, we're just going to buy the new PlayStation. And PS4 was like, because remember, like because you needed an always online connection and stuff, and they hate the idea that you could just like, borrow a game from a friend or buy a game from a friend or buy a used copy of a game. They were like, no, you can't use your friend's copy of the disc, or you can't buy someone else's disc. Like one disc for one install, and that's all you get, and we can't do anything about it. And Sony came out and was like, here's how you share games on the PlayStation. And they just like had a hand a game disc to another hand and put it in the PlayStation. And the PlayStation beat the Xbox One. So, Microsoft just really shot themselves in the foot when they could have
Going the way of the
dealt the
Jaguar.
killing blow. Dude, I mean, and fuck Microsoft for that, because instead of trying to make something for gamers, they try to be like, no, you gamers now belong to Microsoft. And I'm very glad, because when you talk about gamers, they really are the canary in the coal mine, I feel like, for capitalists, to see just how fucking stupid people are these days for shit like useless like luxury stuff that has like no real value, but because you have it in a video game, it has value. Because you have it in some capacity, it has value to it. Like, I mean, in gaming, the things that people have given up, like, fucking DLC and the shit that people pay for in games now, like fucking $40 Fortnite skins. I mean,
Right.
I'm
Oh
very
my God.
disappointed a lot of the times in gamers, and like the shit that they're willing, like the value they're willing to assign to stuff, and say, okay, yeah, this is actually worth this to me, because of convenience and because of just being told that that's what it's worth, and not putting any of that critical thought for. So, I was very pleased to see gamers not swallowed after Microsoft and be like, no, actually, I'm not going to buy your stupid ass fucking console. I'm going to go with the console that lets me share games. And it is a good thing, I think, for gaming that happened.
And it's a good thing. Yeah, that companies should not be able to get away with that. The consumer actually has more power over the companies than we're led to believe. We just don't have to buy their shit. Um,
Yeah.
so if you think there is no options, there are in fact lots of options. You just have to not want the one that's being offered to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Or you just have to like ask for more value. Like, just don't be afraid to ask for more value from your stuff. I mean, if you're being told to get on a game console, but when you first get on it, you have to go through a bunch of fucking tiles that are telling you the new movie that's fucking out that you should go pay money to go see, the new fucking TV show that's on that you need to fucking pay to see, the new fucking made for fucking streaming TV like movie that is only available for now that you need to fucking pay for. I mean, all this shit that you see before gaming, that was fucking Microsoft's vision when they brought out that fucking Xbox One marketplace shit, the very first year that they like showed shit for the Xbox One. That was their fucking vision. Was
oh
just
my
like
God.
your game tile was like this little square in this corner, and then there were all this other shit that was like movies, TV, music, every way that they can steal data from you was just all that stuff. And it was just like, I don't understand why I need to see all this other shit. Like, how come my game can't be the first thing that's up? And if I want this other shit, I can go to it. Why does it have to be the thing that's like flooding all of my attention and all the space on my game console? And it's just, it was very, I was very repulsed by the Xbox One and just by Microsoft in general. Like their clear vision to like have you just be like dazzled the entire time to make endless purchases for them. I mean, it's just like, is disgusting. Like, they didn't care one bit about giving you an experience to play a video game. Like to like even try to immerse you in like some kind of other, like to take you to another place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like when you go to see a movie, right? Like you sit in a dark theater because you're supposed to be completely fucking immersed. Like you don't sit in a place that's constantly like, hey, have you seen a new thing? Hey, have you seen this new thing? Hey, have you did that? Hey, have you done this? Hey, have you done that? Hey, did you know about this? Hey, did you know about that? It's like I'm trying to be immersed in like an experience. Like, and Microsoft completely eschewed that in the fucking Xbox One. They like want you to be immersed in a marketplace first and have to make a bunch of purchase decisions before you can get to your fucking game that you want.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
it's just no, that's yeah, 100%. That's what's exhausting about just American capitalism and just how far it's gone. Is that they want to commodify every single interaction, and it's just exhausting. You know what I mean? Just like driving down the highway or existing in a city or watching a movie. It's exhausting to be surrounded by, especially for something you paid for, right? You bought the console, you have
Right.
the access to it, you bought the game. All you want to do is play your game. Like there should be like in-ad games, for instance, should be illegal. Um, if they exist
Yeah.
also. But like, yeah, don't try to make money from every single thing. It's just let people enjoy things for Christ's sake. Nobody
Yeah.
enjoys being advertised to. Not even advertisers enjoy being advertised to.
Right. And again, like, I agree, don't try to make money on every single thing. But as somebody who does believe that ultimately equilibrium means being able to, like, accept things that you don't necessarily like want to vibe with, I'm cool with you wanting to make money off of every single thing. Don't just try to make money off of every single thing all at fucking once. Like,
I mean, good point. Yeah, right. It's just too damn
have
greedy.
all the have all the options to like make money from like TV, music, movies, and all this other shit. But like, don't forget that you're a fucking game console. Like,
Right.
don't forget that you're trying to deliver to me an experience at a time, and that I am here for the experience. I am not here to be fucking nickel and dimed. I am not here to have fucking value siphoned off of me.
Right,
Like,
right,
I came here to have the experience that I paid for. Like, respect that. Have
right.
some respect for that. Don't just treat me like some fucking portal to like fucking psychologically manipulate so that I can just endlessly give you fucking money for shit that has no value that I shouldn't be even trying to fucking get from you because I
Right.
came here to play a fucking video game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my God.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I could talk all fucking day about that because, dude, this is when I was at my absolute height of like hardcore gamerdom, and I was like at my absolute peak of also like anti-consumer, like, well, anti-capitalist, anti-consumer shit. And I'm just like, 110% fuck Microsoft. I was very very disappointed in them, especially because I love the Xbox 360, and I
right,
thought that the idea of having um a very connected and a very like multilateral interface for my game console made a lot of sense because I spent a lot of time on my game console, and I'm like, if I can do things from here, it makes sense. I don't think it makes sense for the okay, because this thing has the capability to connect me to all these different services and all these different like experiences. I don't think I should be paying Microsoft at every fucking gateway
right,
for these things. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like, I should be able to run an app on my thing, and because I already pay Netflix, like I'm already paying Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already paying GameFly
right.
to, like have like, rent. So it's like, why am I having? So why is there an option on? I don't know. It's just like, and again, okay, I'm not cool with there being like an option for everything, but it's like, you want to have an option for everything, fine. It's like, don't have it all shoved in my fucking face all the time. Like, I know it's your Microsoft thing, but if I want Microsoft, I will go with Microsoft. And if I don't want Microsoft, I will avoid Microsoft. And if
Right,
you make it harder for me to avoid shit, I know it's your console, but who gives a fuck? I
right.
won't buy it if you
Yeah,
make it hard to navigate if I'm not doing Microsoft shit.
right, right. Yeah,
So
exactly. You're like, I will give up on
anyway,
that so fast.
yeah.
You
And
may have
most
gotten
gamers
me
are
this
not that
time.
way.
Yeah. Well, I
Most gamers are not that way.
there's some loyalty to Xbox. And they will take the hit like that. But also, yeah, no, it does get super annoying and just like always having to X out of ads to get to the game on a console that you paid for is just it just gets exhausting. You just get tired of doing it to the point that you will stop playing games and you'll stop playing that console. If
Yeah.
it's not fun to use. Now, yeah, having a marketplace that's available because you have all these services, great. But you're not the one who's supposed to be paying for it. It's the service who's trying to get on your service that should be paying for it. Netflix should be paying Xbox. You should not be charged from Xbox so Xbox can make more
Yeah.
money. Like they focus on the small fishes, right? When there's like a bunch of big fishes that they could be making some good money out of. Like just offer,
Well,
get a cut from Netflix for having their
yeah.
service there.
Or they're just like thinking that they can just like continue to like charge you shit for stuff, where I mean it's just like, listen, I already pay a monthly service for Xbox Live. I pay for the console, I pay for the fucking game. I might pay it for a service like it's like to play the game online, like if it's like an MMO or like a
Right,
MOBA. So
right,
it's
gotcha.
like I already pay all this fucking money. So why are you now, trying to come at me and ask me to say like, oh well, like, do you want to pay to like maybe like subscribe to Showtime on your like? No, I don't.
Right,
No.
like, no, right? Like seriously, y'all, like y'all, you
Yeah,
got it.
it's like, hey, do you like want to go out and see this movie? Do you want to buy tickets to go see this? It's like, no, I don't want to buy tickets to go see this movie on my fucking Xbox. If I wanted to go buy tickets to see this fucking movie, I would do it on my phone. I would do it on my computer. I would do
Right.
it over the phone. I would do it through a way that has been established. I'm not going to do it through like this new fucking way just because you want to take a cut off of the fuck, or you want to know that I bought tickets to some fucking movie so you can have metrics and stuff. So it's like,
Right.
get the fuck out of my life.
Right,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone. Why don't you tell me what movie you're wanting to see?
I miss movie phone, dude. I miss movie phone. You know what I'm saying? Like I miss now you have to go to like a website and pick your seats. It's so involved
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that it is pretty involved. Having to pick your seats, what a strange situation. Um, eh, so people can just know where they're supposed to be, I guess. Guys, we are in the last 15 minutes of the show. So for all
Oh,
of
I
the
made it the whole time. I
yeah,
haven't even looked at the time.
for all of the tiredness, we've definitely pushed through and had a good time. So I'm glad that
Dude,
we
you
have.
got me so animated talking about fucking Microsoft,
I know
dude.
it
I'm
was a
like
good bit.
pumped up
I'm about it. I'm
talking
gonna
about the
just definitely make sure that's a chapter that's called out Jack's feelings on Microsoft so that you can follow along to see what those
dude,
things
they can
are.
put that on wax, dude. You can quote me every fucking syllable that I said. Fuck Microsoft, fuck Xbox One. I hope they go to fucking hell and have to answer to fucking Satan about just shooting themselves in the fucking face with that fucking Xbox One launch shit with the always online connection. And what a bunch of fucking dumbasses.
So guys, I
Anyway,
am I am gonna call it. This is a Cox and Space podcast. This is Drawing with Jack, where we work on the Cox and Space show.
all opinions
Uh,
belong to Jack.
yeah, well, yeah,
No
exactly.
opinions are the official. No
Every
official wigwax opinions.
Yeah, no, I'm just that we are here. All commentary is from the person who speaks it. Obviously, we do appreciate people when they do that. We enjoy people having, obsessions and fixations and sharing them on the show. And you can do that if you want to by going to coxinspace.com. That's coxinspace.com. You can get connected with our Facebook and you can get in touch with Aaron Kozbial and talk about your obsession and the thing that really drives you batty. There's a space here for you. Come be a guest on the show. If you don't want to be a guest on the show, you can always go to Cactus Space and join our Discord instead. Find the link there and come join the Discord. We have episodes 7 nights of the week, so you can always tune in to what's going on with the Cox in Space. Um, Up there on the Discord, we also you get to catch the green room, which is before every episode, and then after that we close out the podcast. We generally hang out for a little bit too, so you can hang out with us then and hear what goes on at that time. Uh, we are going to continue working on this project. We are about halfway through with these drawings of Luna. We are excited to keep doing it. Here with Aaron Kozbial, the professor of comedy, professorofcomedy.com, Jack Haynes, Kapaso.tv, I think is your Twitch account. Is that right?
That's correct.
Twitch.tv/Kapasu.
Yeah.
Uh, Watch Jack stream Monday and Wednesdays, Rocket League. You guys have any exciting shout outs you want to do as we begin to wrap up the show?
Um,
Um,
I mean, definitely watch Professional Rocket League if you want to see a esport that is, you know, exciting and feels just like regular sport. I mean, like I feel like it's watchable just like regular sports is watchable, and it really shows what esports can do. And it's a lot of fun. I think the game is very translatable to real sports since like current sports sensibility.
Um,
So shout out to Rocket League.
yeah,
Awesome.
it is a really fun sport. It definitely is fun to watch. All the clips I've seen that you've shown on the show, I'm always like, dang, dude, like that's a real game. Um, so yeah, it has some fun things I like about hockey and soccer is that the game's always moving. And then of course, that you have cars kicking it around is also a blast.
Yeah, great game.
Aaron Kozbial,
Fun
you
to
have any
watch.
any exciting shout outs?
I don't know it's about exciting, but yeah, go support live comedy, live theater, but mostly support Cox in Space. We do have a Patreon, or
100%.
you could just like message one of us and say, "Here, take my money."
That's
I
definitely something
definitely
that you
second
can
that.
you can do as well. Um, we appreciate it to make this happen. We have guests on pretty frequently. Not tomorrow night, Thursday night, we have Margot Aristogui, a friend of Logan and I's, coming on, who is a radical thinker and revolutionary. So I'm excited for you, Jack, to meet her. She will come on. I'm sure we will have a fantastic time. This weekend, we're having Logan Gifford on with Flicking with Skip, where we're gonna going over the animation on Friday nights, and hanging out and talking about movies. This weekend, we were talking about the movie Weapons that just came out. We're gonna give a review of that, and then talk about the Terrifier series, which I've been binge watching. And it is a fantastic slasher, so I'm sure that you guys would be interested in the take on that. This weekend, we have a couple really cool guests. One of them is a new Tree Broad, who is an improvising teacher who travels around the country. She has a very fantastic vibe. We are going to have an early start on Saturday, so if you're tuning in for that. And then we have Bob Branco, the bipolar comedian, coming back and chilling with us on Chandler. So Saturday and Sunday, you guys can tune into that. Lots of great guests coming up through the rest of this month too. So excited about what we're going to be seeing through August. If you guys are on a Discord, vote for your favorite episode in August, and we will talk about that one at the end of August, thereabouts. All right, that's all from me. Still have time to wrap up. So. Um, on this show, we talked about quite a bit of things, core memories, the things that really make us upset us, how capitalism could be a whole lot worse if Walmart took over. I think we've covered all of
Terrifying.
it. And that's actually one of the things I love about Drawing with Jack, because we don't plan these conversations. So we find ourselves in very fun and unusual places where it's just weren't expecting to talk about wrestling and Xboxes tonight, but here we are doing it.
Tweet.
Aaron, you doing the standard shopping, or are you doing something special at Walmart after we get off the air tonight?
I am getting milk because I go through like a gallon every 2 days.
You're personally drinking a
Wow.
gallon of milk every 2 days?
About that. Like sometimes it lasts like 3 or something, but
Mm.
Well, I don't like
I
that
mean I have
because
it
I
with
am
most every
lactose
meal.
intolerant. I don't
I'm
stand.
lactose dependent.
I
Lactose dependent.
Dependent, he said. You're like a
Yeah.
Dependent.
you're like a baby
Like
cow, my man. Is that how you've
you
grown to be six foot
how
four and so tall and broad is from the milk? Is that your
yeah,
secret?
it does a body good.
Apparently.
Mm.
You're like, God damn, cut off that milk, man. It's been doing you too good.
It's been doing
I
you too
mean,
good.
muscles of flab, but bones of steel because I drink milk. Uh,
Bones is
Bones of steel.
steel, bro.
yeah, I've never had a broken bone. I've dislocated my shoulder, but that's muscles. Uh,
Right. The tendon's giving out. Weaklings. If there's only a
Wait, are
supplement,
you positing that your bones can't break because you drink milk?
that's what he's saying.
yes. I've
That's
never
exactly
had
right.
any evidence to the contrary.
That's the same
But
so
also I
far.
don't do anything dangerous. So
I hope you never do. I hope you
Yeah,
never do.
yeah, exactly. Um, my mom went to the chiropractor and got her vertebrae broken. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
oh god.
as I hope most of you know, chiropractors are quacks who have no basis in science. Um,
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
and you
I
should
was
not be
aware.
applying force to people's spines like that. But so yeah, right. Maybe even the not dangerous stuff gets dangerous as you get older. Um,
Yeah.
Applying pressure to your spine definitely does.
not a good idea. Not really. And not justified
Not for
in
someone
any.
else to do.
Yeah, not justified in any sort of way for any benefit whatsoever. It
Yeah.
does sound cool, but it doesn't seem to do anything else. Um,
It just
and
causes
also,
problems.
and it is also is super dangerous because some
And
people
for
get
another person,
broken.
this is the thing that I'm sorry to go on. We're
You're
about to
good.
quit,
Go
but
for it.
I don't understand why people go to chiropractors to begin, like, to let another person uh do that to your body, and they have nothing to go off of except their vibes and what they've done to another person's body.
Right.
No reason
Right.
that what is done to another person's body is going to have anything to do with your body in that way, like moving fluid around. um and yeah, like I just don't understand. Chiropraction has never, to me, made any kind of sense. I've never understood why anyone has ever thought that it would, especially when you know the history of medicine, like the history of actual medicine, not
Yeah.
quack medicine, but
Yeah.
actual medicine.
And well, also,
And
or
people,
know the history of chiropractic medicine, which has no basis and has been disproven and disbarred, and not been allowed to be practiced as actual medicine. Um,
yeah, I mean,
so they've only been recently admitted due to a technicality. That they got away. So um, I've always gotten the feeling from people who go to chiropractics that they really want a massage, but they feel like a
yeah.
massage is too decadent, and so they want something that feels scientific, and so they would prefer to go to someone who has good vibes. Um, so,
Well,
but,
I mean,
I mean,
I
who
also
doesn't
think,
want good vibes?
it's very normal. I mean, especially if you're a person that doesn't like. I think stretching is something that people just forget to do or don't do. Like a lot of people just don't exercise,
Right. Well,
but
that's what I mean.
it's
Like
very normal.
yoga does all the things that a chiropractor would do. Like you're not putting any extra weight in your body. It's the weight of your own body, and it is
And
amazing
you're the
for it.
one that's doing it.
And
You
you're
know
doing it.
how to stretch your body.
Right. And you're like, oh,
Like
this
if
feels
somebody,
bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna push that too far. Right. Like, and
exactly.
yeah. That's
Um,
big
but
yoga.
yeah, like I think it's normal for a body to like get pressure from fluid in certain areas over time. And if you don't stretch, if you don't do things to like move that fluid, it's going to hurt. And I think that, people will have an experience where they like have some sort of like sudden like jerking motion where they like crack something and they're like, oh my God, that felt great. Yeah, because that's the first time that you've moved fluid in that area for like fucking years.
Yeah, right.
So,
Could be.
like I could see people going to a chiropractor and thinking that, like, oh, this person knows how to like make that kind of thing happen all the time. And it's like, no, that's where you made a jump in logic that makes no fucking sense.
Right,
Like,
right.
no,
Seems like it should make sense.
you know how to make that fucking thing happen,
Right.
not him or her. Like,
Yeah.
how do they know? They're not in your body. Anyway.
It's like I'm gonna hit you a bit like this and tap you a bit like that and yeah. Yeah, actually have TMJ because of some chiropractic work where they knocked my jaw out of alignment, and now
Oh,
it like
wow.
it always slips. Like it just like now my jaw like will sometimes just like pop out of place and have to be
No.
put back in place. Yeah. Right. Like so yeah, not a fan of them just for the minor inconvenience that they've done me through my life, but. There are worse horror
Wow.
stories for sure. Yeah, this is an official Cox and Space podcast where we've tried to warn you about chiropractics at the end. We haven't talked about
Yeah.
God this episode, so if you do want to see God, keep going to your chiropractor because they might twist your head off.
Exactly.
Jesus, the Chiropractic Association is gonna come after us so hard. Like that would be the thing that
Let
like
them.
gets us fame is
Let
the
them.
yeah.
I'm just sharing my opinions. I don't give a
Right.
fuck about your chiropractic
Right,
association.
that's
Like, I
right.
don't
Yeah.
like your practice. I don't trust you guys. I
Right.
mean, maybe there are good chiropractors out there that could make me feel good. That's great. I'll never know because I ain't never going there.
Yeah, also
I've heard stories of people having their fucking necks broken, like
yeah,
bones broken,
yeah.
and like it's like nah, kid,
There's
stop.
there's more stories of that than actual provable benefits. Which I guess if they sued us, they would have to prove that they actually are a benefit. So I mean, if that helps all of society to prove that they have no benefit, I
And again,
guess
I'm
I'm
not saying that
down.
they're not a benefit. Maybe there is a way that a chiropractor could be a benefit or has done or has given
You
people benefits. Like
you know
I can
what
accept
has
that.
great
Never gonna happen to
benefits,
me.
Jack? You know what has great benefits? The placebo effect has fucking
Yeah.
great benefits.
Yeah. You know what else
People
has great benefits?
have cured
Morphine.
their own cancer with the placebo effect, only to get their cancer back when they realize it was a placebo. So like, I mean, if you want to think good thoughts and do that, you can come hang out with us on this podcast. You don't need somebody popping your back to like have a nice placebo effect. Let me just throw it out there that this podcast, if you listen to it consistently and on repeat, will cure cancer in most individuals. And if
Ooh,
you
shit.
if it's
Now
not
that's how you're gonna
curing
get sued.
now if it's not curing your cancer, then you haven't listened to enough episodes. I'm just throwing that out there that it's a theory that's been floating around. I didn't make it up here on the spot. This is the conspiracy of the week. Um,
They could be listening wrong.
yeah,
Uh,
you might be listening wrong, and that's why the cancer's not going away. You're not believing
Stop
hard
listening
enough.
wrong.
Yeah,
Why are you
yeah,
listening wrong,
yeah.
you
Why are you
fucking
listening wrong?
dumbass?
That's really,
Cure your cancer already.
yeah, like
Jeez.
it's really falling on you to not cure cancer fast enough. So, start again at the beginning, episode one, which you'd never be able to hear because it doesn't exist. In any recording, there is a video of it. Watch the fast time lapses if you have to, but your cancer, it's on you. Get it cured. Listen to the Constant Space
It's on
podcast
you.
with
Stop.
Drawing with
Stop
Jack.
fucking around.
Yeah,
Stop fucking
stop
around.
fucking around. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here on this show tonight. And we'll see you later. Bye.
by